Hello, this is
Hi, I'm so
hi
happy to
Jeannine.
be here. Here we are
Hi,
again, Deborah.
here we are. So I'm Deborah Brodey, and I'm here with Jeannine Goode, amazing founder of Master Your Creativity programs and so much more. Doctor of the Soul. Jeannine is here with me to talk about my upcoming Radical Self Nourishment 5 Day Challenge. It's coming up September 19th to the 23rd. It's going to be every day for 5 days at 1 o'clock. And it'll be a half-hour practice and then 15 minutes for people to share. And the calls will be recorded. And this radical self nourishment you know, is an amazing little challenge that is very deep and profound and will help you to connect with yourself in a new way, say yes to yourself, and stop feeling guilty about, putting yourself first, because, so many of us, of course, I work a lot with creatives, with change makers, with space holders, people who hold space for others, whether it's clients, family, friends. And this program is made for you. This is like if you have trouble saying no, trouble with your boundaries, giving your energy away, not putting yourself first, putting yourself last, then this is a special challenge for you to help you reclaim your energy and to stop leaking your energy and open up, hidden spaces to unleash your creativity, which Jeannine knows all about, and expand your capacity to receive. So, what I'd like to do is invite Jeannine to say a little bit about her experience with radical self nourishment, with the challenge and the radical self nourishment work that she has experienced with me over the
Thank
last
you,
couple of years.
Deborah. Oh, I tell you, I really always, when I talk about you to my clients, I always say, Deborah's work is one of the key pieces of my own self-care. And, I would not be as happy and successful without your work and without our sisterhood.
Yes.
And
Mm.
yeah, and
Ah.
I want to highlight one of the things because it is my absolute favorite thing that you do, and I know you do it in the challenge as well, and that is you take us on these amazing sound journeys. And when when you start, I mean, you always ask us to get comfortable, and then you start sounding, and it really is for me your greatest gift
Mm.
because these beautiful sounds, I mean, you guide us to go deep inside, often it's like into our womb space or into our heart, go deep in there, and then a journey happens. And I absolutely get such nourishment every time I go on these journeys. Um, a recent one we did together, you suddenly I was there and I felt, one of my muses in life, huge support in life, is this 12th century mystic Hildegard. And the next thing I knew, I felt Hildegard behind me, holding me up. I had all sorts of family crisis happen this last few months, and it was like suddenly there was the support behind me. It felt like Hildegard had my back, you had my back, your sounding had my back. And I was like, okay, I can do the next step and the next step. And so, what I love about your journeys is,
Mm.
it's like I never know where I'm going to go or what's going to show up or the feelings that are going to come up. But they are always useful, so helpful. And so I know in the 5 day challenge, in there, you take us on these sound journeys. And I am so looking forward to what you do this year. And I know it's going to nourish me. I'm actually going to be, as you know, Deborah, I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be doing some filming work in New York. And then I'm going to be off to Switzerland to celebrate my parents' 90 and 92nd birthday.
Wow.
This whole huge clan gathering. And I'm taking your challenge with me. I'm so glad
I
you
love
record the
that.
sessions. And I know that it's going to really be perfect in terms of the timing of it and supporting me on this very big trip I'm going on. So I can't
Wow.
really wait to hear where you sound us this coming.
Well, yeah, and those sounds are they're new every time, you know. So the challenge, even if anybody did the challenge before, it's a new experience because
Right.
I never know what's going to happen either. It keeps me you know, just I just have to keep listening. And you know, and those sound journeys are yeah, we will be doing you'll get a real taste of the sound journeys in this challenge, and they will be very revealing and open up you know, and it'll activate your creativity as well because you're gonna, you know, you're using your imagination,
Right.
and your creativity and imagination is such an important part of your self-care. You know, it's something that gets neglected when we put ourselves last,
Yep.
you know. And so yeah, we're going to be moving through each day doing a little journey, so you can look forward to that. um, I just want to say, you know, one of the things that is so important to radical self nourishment and has been such an important part of my journey, my healing journey, has been my connection to nature. And
Yes.
actually, that our living in right relationship and reciprocity with the earth is at the heart of radical self nourishment. It's key, it's core, and I know that you have had some
Mm.
beautiful experiences with this focus
Oh,
in my programs.
absolutely. I think, well, there are two memories that come to mind, and one of them is, I've had the blessing of being by the ocean during some of your programs and challenges, and to just be by the ocean. I remember one program I even built a sand castle and just feeling like the waves were coming in, nourishing me, and then I was sending love out to the waves. And I know all of that was informed by your teaching. Another, and this is something that is now part of my daily life, is thanks to your work, I have such a deeper connection to trees. You taught us how to sound into a tree and reminded us of, how our carbon dioxide goes into the trees and they then return with the oxygen that we breathe. And, I feel so in love with trees. Now, thanks to you, I can just be with them, sit under them. They're like my new friends. And I can share everything that's on my heart, and I really feel like they give back to me in so many ways. And so it's again this nourishing um, aspect of your work that is now part of my everyday life, and I can't thank you enough.
I'm so glad that's spoken to you. Yeah, the trees are incredible, um, incredible teachers, incredible friends. We can receive so much, we can give so much, we can actually receive a lot of messages from trees,
Yes.
and is part of learning how to live in balance and harmony with ourselves. Our connection with nature is critical. It will help. It really helps. That's where, you know, doing work in a ceremonial way with trees, with nature, is such an incredible nourishment tool. And it's something I teach a lot through the radical self nourishment processes. And you know, radical self nourishment is, you know, there's five sort of pillars that are
Mm.
based on five attitudes. I'm not going to tell the attitudes right now because
Gotta
that's
save some for
we do
later.
that on the last day, day five. But these attitudes are like a game changer. They really are. Like if you can master these five attitudes, then you know, and these are what really help build and strengthen your container, like your space around you, so that you can be a more powerful in your capacities to hold space for others, to nourish yourself while being able to be nourishing to others. Like it's just a win-win all around. And so these five attitudes are something that, like for me, when I learned about them, they come from yogic philosophy, but
Mhm.
they're not, you don't ever have had to do any yoga to benefit from them. And I teach them in such a way that you don't have to do a yoga posture. You can really drink in the universal wisdom of this teaching. And so I love to share it. And I'm passionate about it because I think it's helped me so much. And, maybe, Jeannine, do you want to say something about maybe one of them? Give a little
Oh,
clue?
right, right. Well,
Yes.
I just love the way you bring them in on the final day of the challenge. It's like it's this you go out with fireworks and it's just so wonderful. Um, oh my goodness. I mean, I could say so much about each one of the attitudes, but the one I want to speak to, because it's the one I really initially just wanted to dive deeper into, and that is the attitude of contentment. And so I want to show everyone because in Deborah's programs I actually made a contentment staff. And it's totally connected to what we were just talking about, the connection to nature and so, I was in one of Deborah's programs actually on Stinson Beach, and I was walking, and Deborah had invited us to find something from nature that really spoke to us as to really embody this um, attitude of contentment. So I'm walking along and I see this, and I live in Colorado, so I see this big piece of driftwood, which is underneath all this shells, and it had these incredible pine cones attached. And
Mhm.
my first thought was, oh, that's too big. I can't be taking this home. But I went walking thinking I'd find something even better. And I came back and there it still was. And I was like, I just knew it, right? It's like this was meant for me. And, I love how you teach, we give something, we just don't take. And so, it can be as simple as you told us taking a piece of hair and leaving it there on the beach. So I take a little bit of my hair, I leave it, and yes, this amazing piece of wood went with me. Fast forward again, I'm still in Deborah's program, and I'm back on the other side of the country in Naples, Florida. And I'm starting to really understand that part of my being content in life is being connected to water. And so in Naples, I was just in the water every day. And then I was, I had my snorkeling gear on and I started to see all these shells. And all these shells were just loving on me and saying hi. And I mean, I spent every day, all day in the Gulf waters. And I just found, I took this whole, and I just breathed out, my breath to the shells. And we had this total love affair in the water. And so I came home, and again in your program, I glued all these shells. And so if there are actually 8 sections of these shells, each one with a piece, a message for me regarding my own contentment. But the
Mm.
one I want to highlight is my connection to water, be it, 1 to 2 baths a day, putting in the Epsom salt and just being in there like I'm in the ocean, or going to the local pool. And then, yes, taking trips. And because of your work, Deborah, I have said yes to a trip to Tahiti and then Moorea in
Wow.
October now to swim with the whales.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
like
That's incredible.
fireworks contentment, right? And so, what I'm telling our listeners, our viewers, is that this is so powerful. What Deborah teaches, it will radically, there's our word, change your life. And it certainly has mine. I would not be going and swimming with these whales if it weren't for this staff and it weren't for your work. So,
Oh, thank you. Thanks for that beautiful, just hearing more about that process. It's so powerful.
yeah.
And, and everybody does different things you know, with the activities that I send people on. But so The challenge is starts September 19th. It's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern. And you'll be able to see the link below this video for to sign up to the challenge. It's free and it's fun. It is a fun challenge, and it's going to maybe take you in some new places that you haven't been before, and so it's a little adventure, but I hope you'll come and join us and play because we'll have that experience of playing and being in a very safe, sacred space. I always create very uh, powerful, strong containers where people feel safe, and so uh, that's very important um, when we do this
To
work.
get to do all of this beautiful journeying in community, that's what I
Yeah,
also love about your work is these beautiful souls that show up, and we get to explore these things together. And so if you're feeling alone or lonely, oh my God, that's all going to end by taking this challenge.
absolutely. And so I'll just quickly say the day one, we reclaim your energy. Day two, define your boundaries. Day three, weave strong personal space. Day four, become a powerful receiver. And day five, nourish yourself radically with 5 attitudes. So I hope you'll join us. And thanks for listening.
Yeah, see you in the challenge.
See you in the challenge. Bye bye.
Bye.